Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Shelby and this is Armors and Arrows. I know it's been a couple of weeks since you've last seen a video from me. I'm sorry about that. Today, I've seen what time it is because I want to try and make these videos 10 minutes or less. Today I'm going to tell you birth story number 2. So I'm going to link a playlist of my birth stories down below. Number 1 is on there and then number 2 is going to be added on there. So if you haven't watched number 1, please go back and watch it. So I was pregnant. I wanted a natural birth, and the doctors moved my due date back like at least by over a week. And I was like, that's not right. I know like when my ovulation would have been, blah blah blah, this and that, yada, whatever. But they're doctors, and you know the ultrasound's no better than the moms. Ha ha ha. So went to my appointments and everything, and the doctor he had like an ultrasound machine in his room, and if you got that particular room in his office, he would just like do a little ultrasound for you in his office, like, anyways. And he's like, hey, you're having a girl. Well, then I went for my actual ultrasound, and she's like, no, a boy. Okay. So I was having a boy, and then I started having what they call prodromal labor, but no one told me. Now I'm in a little tiny town, a small town, like 20,000, probably more than that, but the count is like 22,000, I think. I don't know. I don't even know because it's been a while since I've been there. But they didn't tell me about prodromal labor. And I went to the hospital once, and they're like, okay, your contractions aren't doing anything, sending you home. And my mom was like, why don't you try some of this castor oil? So I took it, and all it did was taste horrid and make me have diarrhea a lot. Oh yeah, disclaimer. Anything I talk about that I tried in here, I'm not a doctor. Don't go try it unless you consult your doctor or midwife. Also, there might be some TMI information in here, and you might not want to watch it. So all it did was give me diarrhea and cramps. And so then I was walking, you know, quite a bit and everything, and then I went to the fair and ate like half of a spicy hot dog with chili on it, and then a snow cone, and then went home, took a bath, and then I started having real contractions, like not Braxton Hicks and everything. So I went to the hospital, and they decided to keep me. Well, my doctor was going out of town, so he said keep me. And my labor stalled, and they wouldn't give me any food or anything, which was really annoying. They wouldn't even give me water. And then the nurse comes in at like 7:30, and she's like, doctor says I need to give you Pitocin. And I was like, what? And I was young, and I didn't know. And so she gives me Pitocin, and then she just continuously turns it up and turns it up, and it's like super painful. And then the doctor comes in and was like, okay, you're not progressing fast enough, I'm gonna break your water. And so he broke my water, and I don't really remember a difference between them breaking my water and not of the contractions, because they had the Pitocin so high. Actually, yeah, they intensed a little more, but the Pitocin was already so high that the pain was just, ugh. So I didn't want an epidural, and my sister was there with me, and then I kept wanting to like throw up, and I remember like she'd give me a barf bag, and then I'd like throw it at her and have her get it for me, and then throw it at her. And then I was like, I need an epidural, because I couldn't do it anymore. They had the Pitocin like I think as high as it could go, anyways. They turned it up every, I think, 10 or 15 minutes, she said, which I now know is not. Anyways, horrible experience. So the lady's trying to give me this epidural, and I'm like trying not to push, but really I have to push, and this baby is pushing his way out. And I've since learned that it's called, I think, something like the fetus ejection reflex when they push. So I lay on my back, and they're like yelling at me, because they make you lay flat on your back after you get an epidural, and they're like, one lady's like yelling at me, not to push, lay on your side, not to push. Well, he's coming out. The bed wasn't taken apart. They had to run down the hall and get the doctor. And the lady who gave me the epidural she was a witch. Like, she was more than a witch. Anyways, I did not like her at all. And so they had to run and get the doctor. He like barely made it in the room. The bed wasn't taken apart, and the baby just, he came out. I was flat on my back, and it was 8 pounds 9 ounces that just, he pushed his way out. They cranked that Pitocin up and broke my water, and it was horrible. And then whatever little medicine they gave to me in the epidural, because they stopped it, they like, I think they said they put in a little bit for a tester to make sure it would work or something. Anyways, I didn't feel anything. I mean, it didn't work at all. Whatever they put in there didn't touch me at all. And I was allergic to it. I started shaking, I was hot, and I was dizzy, and I was itchy, and like I could hold him, but then I had to hand him off to someone else for a little bit because I just couldn't, I couldn't do it. And then I remember getting up, they're like, hey, come take a shower now. And I remember getting up and like I almost fell over in the shower just because I wasn't ready yet. And they were just kind of like pushy, like, hey, get up. And he was 8 pounds 9 ounces, so really big. And then they took him to the nursery and then did their little test that they do. And you'll see in my next birth stories that like I've learned a lot and changed a lot of like what I want done and everything. And they gave him a bath right away, and he nursed like a champ. And but they said he wasn't nursing enough because he would only want to nurse like every 4 hours, but he nursed a lot and he was pretty big anyways. That at one point they gave him sugar water. They said they had taken him to the nursery for some tests, and they gave him sugar water there and formula, so of course then he wouldn't want to eat. So I got to go home with a little over 24 hours, and the formula constipated him, poor baby. And I don't ever want to deliver at that hospital again. Anyways, he is a happy, healthy little boy who, you know, he has blessed many lives. He's so smart, and he just loves people and loves to learn new things. And so that is my birth story number 2. If you are new here, please subscribe, please share, and like and comment down below. I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.